Video office hours. Okay, hey, it's Scott Fox. It's time for video office hours. Thanks for joining me today. I know you've got a busy summer schedule, so I'm happy to see you, or at least to have you see me. I'd love to see you in the chat room. If you're watching this video live, you can come over to clickmillionaires.com and click into the chat room. And you have to be a member at clickmillionaires.com, but that's free if you've bought one of my books, or if you hunt around and read my newsletters or watch my videos on YouTube or listen to my podcasts. There are plenty of other little promotional codes around to let you in if you're somebody who's serious about learning to make money online. Clickmillionaires.com is a forum I designed especially for those of you who are smart and serious but maybe new to internet marketing and even to entrepreneurship. A lot of people get intimidated by the huge challenge of building an internet business, but it's really not that different from other kinds of business, and I'm happy to help you, as are all of our friendly members. In fact, the chat room's full of them right now. We've got Sheila and Sandy and Sally and Kevin and Dave and more people coming in by the moment from all over the world. I can name, let's see, the UK and Tennessee and Washington and Minnesota and Wisconsin. We've got people coming in from all over to chat today. So if you have a question and would like to join us, hit up clickmillionaires.com and click down in the down here. The chat room will pop up, and you can type into the chat room and ask me questions, and I'll be happy to talk back to you and help you as much as I can. That's why I started this forum, and that's why we do video office hours, because I want to help you. All right? So today's video office hours is going to be all about your questions as usual. I've got a lot of great announcements, things that have been going on the website I'm very excited about. I hope you've been reading my blog. We've got some things I'm very happy of and proud of, frankly, thanks to your help. And I'll talk about those throughout the show, the next 45 minutes or an hour that we're here. And we'd be happy to hear from all of you in the chat room, like I said. In fact, we're giving prizes for questions. So if you have a question, the first people to post them in the chat room will be eligible for prizes. I'll start off with Sally's question here in a moment, but I figured out a new way to do the prizes. Well, we've done this before, but I made it a formal part of my script, or our agenda today, and that is this. Can you see this? All right, we have a new fancy high-tech random prize generator. There it is. And I made a list of prizes we'll be giving away. Can you see that? Whoa, not really, right? A little too much exposure there. Anyway, that's a list, and for people that ask questions are going to get rolls of the dice to see a free prize that they get, okay? And hopefully that'll help everybody benefit by having more interesting discussion that can help you build your internet business. Now the big section, let's say I want to make one announcement and then one request, and then we'll get to the questions, okay? So here's the announcement. I'm very proud, and I hope that you have seen that there is a new announcement on the website. For the first time ever, I've actually talked about this publicly. I give the profits from my books to charity. I think you probably all know that since you've read my books. I've never really said exactly what I do with that money, and it's added up to a substantial sum of money over the years. In fact, I was doing this long before I wrote books. I've been doing this for almost 20 years, actually. I started this charity myself when I was pretty young, because I found success early on financially. And anyway, the point is we are given a scholarship award, a college scholarship, to a young woman, and her picture is on the homepage at clickmillionaires.com. And if you've not seen that, please go read about her and the challenges that she's had in her life and why I chose her among the many applicants we had. I run this program every year, and we get lots of applicants, of course, and I interview the finalists myself. And this young woman was really very talented and very deserving of help, comes from a pretty hard background. And now, thanks to your help and my help, she's going to be going to Emory University in the fall. She'll be matriculating there and starting her college career down in Atlanta, which I think is fabulous. And I'm really happy about that. And I'm happy to help her. And I'm happy to have your help in helping me help her. So I just want to thank you guys. This is not a one-man band. I guess I'm the leader of the band, if you want to extend that metaphor, but together we're doing stuff, and it's important, and it can really help people. And obviously this is still small. ClickMillionaires.com is still small by what I'm dreaming for it, and I need your help to keep it growing. And I need you to share the content and tell your friends and buy the books and give the books as gifts to your friends or whatever. And I'm not asking you for money directly, okay? I'm not asking for contributions to these charities. But I do need your help in making this business bigger so that it, frankly, so that it stops losing money every month, okay? I lose money on you guys every month, and I have for a year now because I believe in what we're doing, okay? But I would obviously, I'm a businessman. I would like that to not be a losing proposition for me. I would like it to be profitable, and I need your help to do that so that we can keep doing this and so that we can keep helping young people like this woman, Virginia, okay? So please go to the site, read about her, and if you've got a comment, that's great. And I'd love to have you help with the site even more. Okay, and those of you who are here today, what you do, you're the core of our group, and I appreciate your being here. And I appreciate working with you, and I really have a lot of fun with you guys too. So this is more than just business; it's a labor of love. And thanks for being around. Okay, and I mean that. So anyway, if you haven't seen that post, go over to the blog. So that was the announcement. Then I wanted to something I want to ask you to do. I figured something else I want to do during these sessions is have you guys share things that have gone well for you lately and to promote your websites to each other. Okay? So we're going to call that the brag book. And the brag book is a section we'll be doing here. In fact, you can do it in the chat room through the whole time. Okay? You can share with each other. You know, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just kind of the facilitator here. And I'd like you to share your URLs with each other so that you can help each other and get to know each other. I think we're a community of smart and friendly people, and honestly, there's just not enough communities of smart and friendly people around, so we need to help each other too. So the brag book is open, and you guys can talk in the forum, in the chat room now or in the forum later, whenever you'd like, and I'd like to hear about your successes, not just your problems, okay? And let's help each other. All right, so that's what we've got for the moment, and thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. And let's see what's going on in the chat room in case I miss anything. Okay, let's see. We've got Sally. Let's see. Sandy, you got it good going, Sandy. Good. Kevin joined us. Dave, Sally. Yep, got through the ads. Kevin, did you reboot it? Let's see. Okay, there we go. Good, Kevin. Glad to see that. Maybe you needed to clean your glasses. Dave suggests. Kevin, yes, you spotted my summer. I just said before I came on, I said, I wonder if anybody would notice that I grow a goatee, and you guys got it right away, of course. I do that occasionally, but I don't usually record videos when I haven't shaven like this, so it's a special summer treat for you. Okay, let's see. And Dave, the Die of Destiny, yes, we're going to be rolling that to give away some more prizes. And Dave says, how can we help more, Scout? Dave, that's very nice of you. My friend, you are one of our most helpful members, and we really missed you when you were gone, busy on your other stuff, so thank you. You've got great instincts. Whatever you'd like to do to help would be more than appreciated, and everybody here is very helpful. I don't think it takes a lot from any one of us, but a little from a lot of us could really make a difference, and that's what I'm trying to do with this forum thing. You know, nobody has to be there full-time. It's a part-time thing for me, for the moderators, for everybody, but if we all just help a little often and share, tell friends and spread the word, I think we've got something good going. So thank you for asking, Dave. I really appreciate that. All right, so Sandy's asked our first question in the forum, and let's do that, and then Sally will get to yours. Sandy and Sally, Sally and Sandy. Okay, Sandy, what's the best way to drive traffic to a new website? Is it a combination of marketing to drive to the site, or is there some way it can generate a lot of traffic with one specific thing? That's my question. Perhaps we can brainstorm and bring more people to you too. Great. I'd love to see everyone's websites. Yes, Sandy, absolutely. We could put a list together, or is there one? Let me address that first. There is not one. I've tried to do that in the past, but people tend to come and go a lot, and then you end up with a list that gets really stale really quickly. But if you guys have a better idea about that, we could do it. Kevin says, would there be a new category for sharing websites in the forum? Yeah, you know, that favor exchange and member announcements category is supposed to be that. It hasn't gotten that much traction, really. Maybe I haven't promoted it well, or maybe we need to call it something else. But the member announcements, favor exchange, and member news or something like that, that category is what I intended that to be. Perhaps we need to give it a different name, or just talk about it more so that more people realize that they can do that and share news of our successes, okay? Now, Sandy's question, what's the best way to drive traffic to a new website? Well, Sandy, that's a big question, right? I wrote a whole book about that. I don't know if you've seen this one. You're fairly new to our community. This book, this was my second book. This is eRiches 2.0. The sunlight's blanking it out there. I don't know if you can see that. eRich, it's kind of a gold foil. It's hard to read. Actually, it's behind me on the wall. There. You can't see it there either. Well, anyway, there's a book. If you go to Amazon, I've got 3 books, and this one is all about marketing. This is really a marketing book. In fact, it's called, this part you can probably read, Next Generation Marketing Strategies, right? That's what it's about. So if that would be helpful to you, answering your question would take hours or years. The short answer I would have for you is one that people often miss. I and most other people online try to get traffic for free. And that's totally legit. In fact, that's what that book is about. That's what my whole approach is about, is free. But free takes time, right? You can have quick or cheap or good. You can never get all 3 at the same time. So the way you can get this quickly, to get traffic, is ads. Pay-per-click ads are tremendously cost-effective. You can go on Google AdWords or on Facebook ads, as an example, and for a certain amount of cents per click, you can buy visitors. So if you have a new website and you have no traffic and maybe no time, but you have as little as $50, of course it's better with $500 or $5,000. You can target specific keywords and show ads on pay-per-click services like AdWords or Facebook ads too, and specifically reach exactly people that are searching for information on your topics. Put up those ads, and then if they click on them, you only pay if they click. So it's very cost effective. This isn't like the old days where you put up a billboard on the freeway and 1 million people drive by and you hope that some of them come, and if they do, you don't know if it's because they saw the billboard or not. Pay-per-click ads are tremendously cost effective because they're what they call cost per action. You only have a cost if there is an action, and that action is a visit. So that's a really good way to get traffic that is actually very quick. Not as cost-effective. It's cost-effective, but it does cost, so it can add up quickly if you're not careful. So we'd be happy to talk with you about that more in the forum, or anybody else if you're watching this video later. Of course, pay-per-click ads are something I know quite a bit about, and be happy to help you, as would all of our other members in the clickmillionaires.com forum. Now, your bigger question in general, of marketing in general, let's do that in the forum, because there's 1,000 ways. I guess if I had to pick one, I'd start with search engine optimization, there's a whole category in the forum just about that. And after that, I think, do probably blogging or guest posting or maybe podcasting or videos. There's lots of things. And that's what that book, eRiches 2.0, is about. It's to give you an overview of all the different types of media and social media and online marketing techniques, and then help you figure out which is right for you. Because these days there are so many different ways to do this. It's not about one right answer. It's about finding the answer that fits your personality, your time, your budget, and your interests the best. Okay, so that's kind of a non-answer answer, but I hope that points you in the right direction. And the short answer is come on over to the forum and tell us more who you're trying to reach, what your product is, what you've tried that hasn't worked, and we'll try to push you in the right direction, okay? That's what the forum's for. So, that's our first answer, and of course I suppose folks are probably helping you in the forum too, and I hope so. Sandy says, I haven't seen that one. You're still reading Click Millionaires, but I will check it out. Okay, great. That's the answer, right? Okay, so Click Millionaires is helping you in the right direction, and that second book will help you. That book is a couple years old now, so it's not perfect anymore. Like there's a bunch of stuff about MySpace, which doesn't matter anymore, but if you read it, it will give you the the landscape, and it sounds like that's what you need right now. You need to figure out where the mountains and the rivers and the valleys and where the path is through the forest, and that's what that book can help you do, plus our help in the forum. Okay, as our first question asker, Sandy gets a roll of, Dave called it the die of destiny, so we're going to roll this, and she got a number 5. And number 5 is the best business for you. This is a special report that I wrote, and this is at scottfoxshop.com. This normally sells for $65, Sandy, and I'll send it to you for free if you email us at prizes@clickmillionaires.com, prizes@clickmillionaires.com, and remind us, and we'll send you the best internet business for you. This is a report I wrote a couple years ago about the best way I have found for, well, to make money. Not of all ways, but the best way to make consistent money for me was, at least at that time, was to be an affiliate for a program called Site Build It. And this report is actually a really good primer on affiliate marketing in general. And if you don't have a product of your own, reading this can help you figure out how to market someone else's product. And I think it could be really helpful for you, actually, Sandy, if you're looking for a revenue model for your online efforts. So that's called The Best Internet Business for You, Site Build It. And it's a special report from scottfoxshop.com, free to you, Sandy, if you send me an email. Thanks for asking your question. Okay, what's going on next? Let's see. The chat room is busy. It looks like got folks here. And there's somebody else to join us, Mona. Hello, Mona. Nice to have you here with us. And Dave is bragging. Good job, Dave. You know, it's very rare people will applaud you for bragging, but I think we need to do more of it. So many of us Click Millionaires work alone, or at least our online projects are separate from our normal work, so you're kind of alone in this space. Oftentimes, family and even spouses don't really understand what you're doing online. So I want Click Millionaires to be a safe place for you to brag about what you're doing. It looks like Dave's kicked it off here. One example of success we've had is www.boltonbathroomsolutions.co.uk. boltonbathroomsolutions.co.uk. I'm saying that again so that it's picked up in the video. And Dave says this works by driving traffic through Google pay-per-click. Well, there you go. We were just talking about pay-per-click. And it's focused at getting people to sign up for an in-home estimate for a new bathroom. Excellent. Okay. The client has gone from getting 1 or 2 inquiries a month to now getting an average of 1 per day. Exactly. There you go, Dave. Congratulations, Dave. Yay. On my podcast, I have sound effects, where I can do like applause and stuff, but here we'll just have to be satisfied with that. So anybody else who's got something to brag about, please do post it in the chat room here or in the forum. Like I said, the member announcements section is certainly game for that, and we'd love to hear about your successes. Thanks for kicking that off there, Dave. All right. Okay, I'm just got this chat room's busy here, so I got to scroll down and just make sure I didn't miss too much. Let's see. Oh, Sheila, good point on the pay-per-click. Right. Some of the hosting services, if you sign up for them with a new website, this is directed towards you, Sandy. If you want to do some pay-per-click, they'll actually give you 25 bucks or 50 bucks, or I often even get $100 offers. If you're a new advertiser, Google will often give you money to spend with them, and you can use that to attract some traffic to get your site going. Great tip, Sheila. Very, very good tip. Okay. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Sandy, you missed the prize. Okay, the prize was a special report from Scott Fox Shop, a $65 report called The Best Internet Business for You. It's about my success with an affiliate program called Site Build It, and maybe that'll be useful for you, either if you want to join their affiliate program, or if not, just to learn about affiliate marketing in general. It's, I think, 60 or 70 pages of custom written stuff that I think is very valuable. So I hope it helpful to you. Thanks for asking the question. Okay. Okay, let's see. Next up, so let's take Sally had a question earlier. Let me see if I just stay on my agenda here. Yes, okay. So Sally had a question earlier, and this was in the forum. Thank you, by the way, Sally, for posting. Sally and Sandy, you guys are messing me up today. Sally posted this earlier in the forum, and I appreciate that, because I can get a chance to think about it before I come on here live. So all of your questions are welcome, of course, but I also appreciate the ones that get posted in advance in the forum. So her question was about how to handle the new keyword tool that Google AdWords is rolling out. So I guess today we're talking a lot about pay-per-click. The traditional keyword tool, which I have a bookmark at googlekeywordstool.com, Google Keywords, plural, tool.com, because that will take you to the Google Keywords tool, not surprisingly. Google has always had a very unfriendly URL for that because it's a part of their much larger AdWords system. So Google Keywords tool.com will get you there easily. But Sally's question is that apparently they're replacing it. They're rolling out a new version, and that tool may be going away. So her concern is what to do about that. Is it going away, and how do we handle that? So the answer to that, I think, Sally, is, well, it remains to be seen a bit, but I wouldn't worry too much. Google's job is to help recruit advertisers for AdWords. And to do that, they need to help those advertisers with keyword research that helps them estimate traffic and find the values of different pay-per-click ad buys. So they're going to keep doing that. because AdWords is the profit engine that drives all of Google's activities. In fact, it's been a while since I checked these statistics, but believe it or not, Google is, without their AdWords business, they are a money loser. The AdWords business powers something like 98% of Google's profits, and believe me, they're going to continue to support it because it drives everything else they do, from the self-driving cars and the low Earth orbit balloons where they're beaming in broadband to Africa. I mean, all the other crazy stuff they do, it's all powered by AdWords. So they're going to keep these keyword tools available. I think the question and the problem may be that the keyword tool might be limited to AdWords users, so that you'd have to sign in to use it. Currently, you don't have to have an AdWords account to do that. So you can go to googlekeywordstool.com and do free keyword research. You can go and find out how many searches per month your keywords get, and it's all free. It's an amazingly powerful resource for free. So the concern is that that might end up behind a membership firewall. Now, this started appearing in May, and it's been rolling out gradually over the summer, and everybody's going to get this replacement pretty soon. The objective, I gather, is that Google's combining two previous tools. One was the keyword research tool, and the other was their traffic estimator tool. Now you can see that those two overlap mentally in kind of a confusing way, and that's what Google's doing. They're merging them into one place, and their goal is really to serve big ad buyers, people that spend a lot of money in pay-per-click. It's not so much, unfortunately, to serve little guys like us who want to research just one niche of keywords in order to figure out some SEO optimization tips, basically. That's not really their target market. But like I said, they're going to keep supporting the AdWords business. They have to, because it's their profit engine. So I think they're going to keep supporting the need that we all have as well. The reason they're changing it is that they want to help make the workflow easier for big ad buyers. With the different tools and different places and all kinds of interface buttons and links, it's kind of confusing to manage. And if people are spending big sums of money with them, as many pay-per-click buyers are, they are optimizing to make it easier for those folks. Unfortunately, that may make it easier, not make it easier for us. In fact, I think it's going to introduce additional complexity that is going to be harder for us to use, especially for newbies. People that are new to this, I think it's going to get more difficult to use. But I don't think it's going to go away. So I guess on balance, that's a long answer, but I hope that's helpful in understanding the context of this. They're going to keep it, I'm pretty sure. It may require you to sign in. It may get harder to use just in terms of complexity, but I don't think they're going to charge for it. I don't think they're going to eliminate it, because by offering it for free, it attracts new customers to come and use the tools, get familiar with them, and then possibly and even probably those people then upgrade to become pay-per-click ad buyers. And that's really their objective with those tools. So I think that we're probably going to be fine. It's just a question of how quickly they do the switch for everybody and how much complexity they add to the interface. And I think in some it's probably not good news, but it's probably not terrible news. Okay? I hope that Oh, by the way, there's some great articles on this online. One that I looked at was by a guy named Larry Kim on searchengineland.com. So if you want to Google that, Larry Kim, Search Engine Land, and maybe I could post that probably in response to your question in the forum and find that article for you guys, because I think it's a good article that would summarize the state of the situation. All right? Good question, Sally, and I'm happy that you're thinking that way, because it's something we should all pay attention to. Okay, so yes. And it makes sense. Okay, and have I heard about Market Samurai? Sure, Market Samurai is a very well-known keyword research tool, a very good one as well. I've used it myself on occasion. I found it a little more complex than I wanted to bother with when it was also costing money, because it's not a free tool. People that are really into that keyword optimization stuff really love it, though. So it's one of the ones that has consistently been a proven performer. I don't know what it costs these days, but it's not particularly cheap. But perhaps even more important than that is that it's been around a while. When I say consistently, Market Samurai has been doing what its keyword research services and doing them well for, I don't know, but it's got to be at least 5 years, which in this space is a long time, right? Like, they're really established, right? This is like, you know, your great-grandfather starting a company. So they are a real company, and I would recommend them. I don't use them myself. because the tools are a little overwhelming, frankly. But if keyword research is really what you're after, at least for a short time, you want to really drill down, I think they are a good company and worth trying. Okay, so Sally says, cool, thanks, Scott, because it does cost. Exactly right. So I would suggest, I think they have a free trial. Maybe try the free trial. See if it's useful to you, at least for the optimization of your bookkeeping site or whatever else it is you're working on right now. And you know, maybe you can get all of what you need done in that free trial period. You know, worse things could happen, right? And I wouldn't shy away from that at all. Okay, so Sally is a featured member award winner, by the way, and we thank her for her ongoing contributions. And we're going to give her a prize here for asking a question also. But also, I should mention our other Community Star winners in June. We had 3 winners, and they were Kelly and Courtney and Noyan. And Kelly and Courtney and Noyan got your votes as the most helpful and friendly members in the month of June in the forum. So congratulations to each of them. They've each gotten some links, some publicity, and a free report from my shop. And also we have a new thing. Actually, I haven't told you guys. You guys are prime for this. If you win a Community Star Award, you are eligible for us to run a website tune-up community clinic on your website for free. That means posting your website and questions that you have about your website in the forum. And we'll do this, like officially. We'll make your site get reviewed by the community for free if you're a Community Star winner. This can bring you thousands of dollars of really good feedback. You know, you'll see things you never noticed yourself because you're so close to your site. And if you're a Community Star winner, we'll arrange for you to have your site showcased, and there's a slight waiting list. We did Ron's site, and Christine's site is wrapping up. I think we have somebody else coming up soon. It might even be Sally. I forget who it is offhand. But somebody else coming up soon. But if you'd like one of those and you're a Community Star winner, well, of course, contact me and we'll set it up. And if you haven't yet won a Community Star winner, won a Community Star award, well, get in the forum and get busy, help some other people, and we'd be happy to reward you too. Okay, so here we go with Sally. Sally is going to get a MP3 package. This is a very cool radio publicity package. Now, Sally, I don't think you have this. I know you've won stuff from me before, but this is pretty new. One of the websites I run is called radioguestlist.com, and this is a publicity site that helps people get booked for radio interviews. This is a great way. The site is free, by the way. You can go and sign up anytime, and you'll get emails daily from radio shows and podcasts that are looking for interview guests. And if you have that kind of expertise, you can reply to the email and they'll interview you on the radio and you can promote your stuff. It's a great win-win situation. I've been running that site for years. It's very successful. But one of the problems that a lot of people had was figuring out how to get even more radio interviews. So I did a whole teleseminar series this winter and recorded them. And Sally has won the package, the How to Get Radio Interviews MP3 training package. This sells for $59. And Sally, congratulations. I hope you're interested in getting some radio interviews. It's 4 hours of me talking, but it's full of, I've been doing radio and broadcasting for a long time. I've even worked with major celebrities and done a lot myself. I have my own podcast show. I did radio in college. You know, I have a long history with this stuff, so I know both sides of the microphone. And this package, I think, could be very helpful to you, Sally, if that's of interest to you. So send me an email, prizes@clickmillionaires.com, and we'll send you a link to download those MP3s. Thanks for asking the question. And extra points to Sally for posting it in the forum beforehand. Thank you, Sally. Okay. So, all right, what's going on here? Okay, sorry, just give me a second. I'm reading. Okay. Oh, Kevin says the free version of Market Samurai only lets you do pretty much what the Google version does, so not really an advantage to having it unless you pay for it. That's good to know, Kevin. Thank you. It's been a while since I looked at it. Thank you very much. And Sally, she says, that's super. You're welcome. And what site was that for the radio? Sandy, it's radioguestlist.com. 3 words, radioguestlist.com. And it's a free site and very popular, and be happy to have you join the club over there. Radioguestlist.com. Oh, and by the way, I should mention, there's a forum section at clickmillionaires.com which hasn't gotten a lot of use yet. about radio publicity and public relations in general. So Sandy or Sally, if you have questions about that, you both seem interested in this topic, there's a special forum section at clickmillionaires.com specifically for questions about that, and I'll be happy to help you there based on my years of experience in broadcasting. And there's other folks, of course, on the site who'd be happy to help you too, but that section could use a little more life, so if you'd like to go in there and post some questions, we'd be happy to help you. Okay. Let's see, maybe somebody can type that in. You know, I guess I can do that. I've typed that so many times, but I can do it faster than anybody. RadioGuestList.com. There you go. And let's see. Now, Sandy had another question. Has anybody ever done a cost analysis of hiring someone to do SEO, Google Ads, keyword stuff, versus us doing it? Sure, Sandy. People do that all the time, right? But there's no right answer. It depends on the project. It depends on how good the person is. It depends on how good you are, how much time you have, how much time they have, and especially on the niche you're targeting. Because if you're targeting something really competitive and expensive, like I don't know, mortgage refinancing, the keywords are going to be very expensive. There's going to be a lot of competition. It's a very different scenario than if you're trying to optimize for some really niche interest like collecting ancient Egyptian statues or something, right? Where there's not a large trade or a lot of ads or competition. It's very apples to oranges sort of question. So it boils down to you and your budget. The bottom line is if you can find somebody good, it tends to be worth it. If you don't, you can waste a lot of money and a lot of time. So I guess I would, Sandy, I guess I'd suggest coming into the forum and posting a more specific question. You kind of lumped SEO and Google Ads together there. Those are really opposite sides of the same coin. They are the same coin, but kind of opposite questions. SEO in particular, I think you could probably do yourself fairly inexpensively. I forget what your niche is, but if it's not too broad and too competitive, you could probably do the SEO yourself, pretty much set it and forget it. And then the pay-per-click stuff is a little more complicated, and we can talk about that if you'd like, okay? So, okay, next up, let's talk about, and we're looking for more questions, by the way. We're about halfway, well, more than halfway through the hour today. But if you have questions and you'd like the chance to win a prize, come on in, and we'll take your question. I wanted to point out, I want to talk some about Facebook ads, Facebook tactics in a second. I've got some great tips for you with Facebook that we can talk about if people are interested in that. And also wanted to, we've got a quotation as well, thanks to Dave's suggestion. We'll have a quotation near the end of the show that I think you'll like. But I also wanted to point out another, let's see, 2 things that are on the site right now while I've got your attention. The 2 things to take your attention for a second are, first of all, Easy Graphics Maker is happening still. That's my new online service that can help you make your own sales page graphics. I'm a huge fan of this product, and I really think you guys, I don't know what else to say. I think you should all buy it. It's really freaking helpful. I use it all the time now. And the $9.95 sale is over. Those of you that didn't jump on that at the beginning, I did what I could, and I offered it for less than $10 to all of you guys for 2 weeks, and a bunch of you bought it, obviously. Now it costs $39, but there is a discount for you members. If you look on the homepage right now, it's 30% off only for members, so that makes it like $27 or something. Really, go check it out, 30% off. I really, it's got a money-back guarantee anyway, but if you don't need it, you don't need it. But if you have as much trouble creating cool graphics for your websites as I do, this thing is really useful. It's really useful. I use it myself all the time, and that's why I bought it and wanted to offer it to you guys, okay? So I would check that out, so 30% off on that. And then, there was a blog post I put up over the weekend, actually, about speaking engagements. I don't know if you like this format, but it's pretty easy for me to do, and I think it adds value to you guys because you're showing up, and I appreciate that. But if you would like me to do this for a group that you belong to, I can. And this is something I figured out recently. I fly all over the world and do keynote speeches at conferences and stuff, from San Francisco, New York. I went to Istanbul last year to keynote a conference there. And I get paid for those engagements. But one of the reasons I get paid is because it takes a lot of time, right? But if you have a group that could benefit from a session like this, like a question and answer session, then I can do it by Skype or by video cam like this, and we could arrange an event for your group. So if any of you are taking online marketing classes, you have a class that you belong to a book club, you are part of a, I don't know, a charity or a church group that's looking to, explore entrepreneurial stuff, I figured out that I can do these for free. And this actually came to me because I'm doing one later this month. We have a masterminds member named Melinda, and Melinda figured out that I could do this and I'm going to appear in League City, Texas in a couple weeks, actually a week from tomorrow. And the beauty of it is I'm going to be going to speak to the League City Chamber of Commerce about online marketing, but I don't have to go to League City, Texas. Not that I have anything against League City, Texas. It's down near Houston, I guess. But if we do a webcam, I don't have to fly there, which means I can do it for free. So if that's helpful to you, and you have a group of, say, 20 people or so that are interested in this stuff, I'd be happy to come and talk to you guys too. And of course, I most like to do this for college classes or nonprofit groups, charities, people like that. But anybody's fair game. I'm happy to chat if I can be helpful. So anyway, there's details on that free speaking offer on the homepage, and I hope that that's helpful to you guys. Okay, so let's see. Richard, hello, Richard. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. And we've got, you're checking in from the UK as well. I think we're quite a UK contingent here tonight, or today here, tonight for you. Nice to see you. Welcome. And Kevin says, about Easy Graphics Maker. That graphics tool has helped a lot for me. I've used it on several sites already. Sandy says it's awesome. Sally says it's good. Still worth it even at the higher price. Glad I bought it when I did. Yes, Sally, you got the deal. Good. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys. I hope it's helpful. I think it's great. So, okay, next question. Does anybody have a question here? When am I coming to the UK? That is a great question, Sally. I am overdue. I really should. I did a lot of work in London. Well, it was a long time ago now, about 10 years ago. I actually was in charge of the UK expanding a US software company into the UK, and I spent so much time commuting back and forth I got a little tired of it, to be frank. But I love the UK, and I'd love to come see you guys, but I don't have specific plans. But I need to work on that, so let's keep that top of mind one of these days. Okay, and then okay, I'm jumping around a lot today. I feel like we're a little scattered, so let me get back to some real points here. Does anybody have? I don't think I missed any questions. Let me just check here before I launch into this other thing. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about Facebook. So Facebook, I think, is turning into a problem. And this is something I'll start a discussion in the forum that you guys can chime in on. You especially, Dave, because you're a Facebook guy. You did that nice Facebook ebook a couple weeks ago. But I think Facebook's becoming a problem for marketers. Their Edgerank is just screwing up everything. And Edgerank is basically the algorithm that Facebook uses to calculate how good it thinks your posts are. And if it thinks your post is good, it will show it to your friends. The problem is if it doesn't like what you posted, it doesn't let your friends see your posts. Now this to me is just really uncool, because so many people, like 1 billion of us, joined Facebook thinking that it was a place where we could share with our friends, and that if we posted stuff there, our friends and family would see it, and then it became a marketing vehicle, and we could, post things so our clients and potential clients could see it as well. But Facebook's Edgerank is the technique they use to look at every post, and then they decide how good it is and how many people get to see it. And the problem is this means that in most cases, the easy things that you use to post on Facebook, Edgerank doesn't like, and it doesn't show them to your friends and clients anymore. This is a big deal. At least I think it is. So, and I'm kind of pissed off about it. Frankly, there's not much I can do. Facebook's a public company. They have every right to pursue profits. And unfortunately, they're deciding that the way for them to make profits is to throttle, restrict the posts that we make, and decide who gets to see them and how often, and instead show a bunch of ads. Now that's their right. I don't have like a lawsuit in mind or anything. I'm just annoyed because I don't think that's the promise that they made to their users. I think the promise was much more about sharing personal stuff and maybe seeing some ads along the way, not getting interrupted and restricted and being forced to see ads instead. So that's my little rant. So what do you do about it? Well, I ran across a great blog post the other day from a guy named Tim Sanders, and Tim is a great he's a blogger, he's an author like me. He actually, Tim, he gave me an endorsement for one of my books, actually, so he's kind of a friend. But he wrote a great post, and he talked to a whole bunch of people about what you can do to survive Edgerank and still get your posts seen on Facebook. So I'm going to run through 5 quick tips, and I'll put this in the forum too. But I'd love your feedback, and I just want you to know about this because you guys are paying attention. And this is how you get around Edgerank restricting all your posts. And your feedback, of course, is welcome, either here now or later in the forum. First of all, post directly to Facebook. Facebook is really frowning now on third-party apps that feed into Facebook. So things like RSS feeds, networked blogs, Hootsuite, Twitter, all that kind of stuff that feeds automatically to post on Facebook, they're discounting those posts. They want you to post right onto Facebook. Second, you want to time your posts so that they show up when your audience is most online. That kind of makes sense, but they will adjust accordingly. If they see you posting things when nobody's looking, well, of course, they're not going to keep promoting that post for you because they know your audience isn't paying attention. And they can tell who your audience is, right? They've got all the data. Third, you don't want to post too many links. Facebook really wants you to come and spend time in Facebook and on Facebook and recruit your friends to spend time in and on Facebook. If you're only just posting things that link back off Facebook, well, you're essentially trying to steal their traffic, and they will discount that as well. And as a marketer, that's very problematic because, of course, you're not there to promote Facebook. You're there to promote whatever it is you're selling. But they have their interests, and they're starting to prioritize their needs over yours, and posts with a lot of links in them are getting discounted by the Edgerank algorithm. Fourth, post videos directly to Facebook. If you've got a video, they will let you upload it right into your Facebook account. That's preferable now to putting it on YouTube and then embedding it or linking to it over on Facebook. Why? Because YouTube is owned by Google, and that's Facebook's biggest competitor. So not surprisingly, they prefer it if you put the video right onto Facebook. And then last, post daily or even twice daily. Consistency is rewarded, and that's something they like to see, people that are contributing constantly to building the Facebook, I guess you'd call it, ecosystem or community. They want to see you often, not just occasionally with marketing blitzes. And again, I can understand why they do that, but that's not the way it was 2 or 3 years ago. And it's a real change, a game changer for those of us who have been trying to market on Facebook. And frankly, I found myself personally doing a lot less on Facebook, at least for business, because they're making it a lot harder to get the message out. I've got other places I can go, like talking to you guys. So I hope they figure this out and put some of the power back in the hands of smaller online marketers instead of trying to tilt everything towards the big advertisers. This has got the same thing, the same theme that we had a minute ago talking about Google's new keyword planner. Both Google and Facebook, they're going where the money is. I don't blame them for that. I'm a capitalist too. But they're going for the big money in the major corporate advertising accounts, and the needs and promotional opportunities of small business owners like ourselves are getting demoted, and obviously not the way I would like those questions to be answered. So I hope that little primer for you was helpful on Facebook Edgerank. We'll talk more about it in the forum. I'm going to step over here to the chat room and see what anybody's saying. By the way, if you're tuning in late, I guess we're almost done, but in case you're tuning in late, I'm Scott Fox. These are video office hours from ClickMillionaires.com, just for the ClickMillionaires.com members. If you're tuning in late, the chat room is down there on ClickMillionaires.com, and the video is at Video Office Hours on the video tab, kind of up there somewhere on ClickMillionaires.com. I hope you'll join me. We do these monthly, at least. Okay, so I saw the chat room scrolling past here. I got people going with that Facebook discussion. Let's see what folks have said here. Okay, let's see. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow. Wow, that irritates me. Sally, how do you know if your friends can't see your post? A lot of the posts will, it will say underneath it, like 37 people saw this post. And if you have like 2,000 friends, that's when you know there's a problem. And also, to be fair, they have analytics. You can go in deeper and dig around, but that takes you into their advertising section, and that's exactly what they want. They want you to come in and advertise. Because the other thing you'll notice under your posts is it will say, like 137 people saw this post. It will also say right next to that, promote this post. And if you click on that, that's what they really want. They want you to pay to promote it, which means paying to show it to the rest of your list. That's, at least, again, legitimate approach, not what they were offering before. And I think it's a pretty big pivot that I don't appreciate. Let's see. Right, Kevin says, I've actually noticed recently some of my friends' posts don't show up and I have to click on their name and go to their wall to see them. Exactly. That's right. Yep. And Dave says, you've noticed if you post 2 items too close together, the second post gets very few views. So scheduling has become really important to keep posts a couple of hours apart. Yep, he's doing about 4 posts a day spread throughout the day, and that really helps. Yep, good points, Dave. Thank you. That's a great tip there. So yeah, this is the kind of game we're having to play now with Facebook. It's really a change from the way it was a few years ago. I'll post this in the forum. We'll talk about it some more, but your tips are welcome, of course, and any corrections. I'm not claiming to be an expert. Unfortunately, I would have said, 3-4 years ago, I was an expert. I was like a black belt at Facebook, but they've gotten so big and they've changed the rules so many times now, it's become really complex and not in our favor. In fact, it's become a lot like search engine optimization, which is not that complicated at the heart, but has gotten bigger and bigger and more complex. So I would rather see you spend your time on things that will get you the best return on investment. So I'd be careful with your time you're spending on Facebook now, because they're not giving you the benefit of the doubt anymore. Let's put it that way, not giving you the benefit of the doubt anymore. Okay? So there, enough of Facebook. Down with Facebook. I sold all my Facebook stock last year, and I'm glad I did. So, okay. What else we got going on here? Let's see. Any more questions? We're probably got time for one more question if anybody else is up for a question. And those of you in the K are literally up. It's late in the evening there. I appreciate you hanging out. I know it's you're busy and it's late at night for you, so thanks for being here. Let me mention a couple more things. Like I should say, if you like this kind of thing, consider upgrading to Masterminds. The Masterminds group is, well, kind of what pays the bills for you guys. So if you'd like to join us there, you can get more of me, more smaller group, and more personal webcam attention too. Be happy to have you there. There's a free trial of that, as you probably know, but in case you don't, it's under the Upgrade to Masterminds tab there, I suppose, on the menu at clickmillionaires.com. Let's see. Then, okay, if you'd like, please share. Well, okay, so please share. We've talked about that too. Oh, I wanted to give you a preview of something that's coming. This is pretty exciting, I think. And then also we'll do our closing quotation. But let me just see. I thought I saw another question here. Oh, Sandy had a question. Facebook ads. Any good headlines that are grabbers? Are you asking for copywriting tips there, Sandy, or are you just asking for the headlines on that topic? I guess I'll give you the headlines on that topic. The headlines on that topic are Facebook ads can be very effective, very effective. They're not as cheap as they were a few years ago, but they're excellent at targeting people in a non-business context. Okay, so if you're looking to solve specific problems, or especially like business problems, things that people would go to Google to search for, then I would do pay-per-click ads with AdWords. Like, say you're selling website hosting, right? Or people want to buy a new car or cure back pain. That kind of stuff is very rifle shot. They'll go to Google, they'll type in, how do I cure my back pain? If you advertise, you're a chiropractor and you advertise your solution, that's a great fit. On Facebook, people are looking more for, it's more like a cafe. They're kind of hanging out, talking about stuff, hobbies, interests, and then you're wanting to appeal more to lifestyle interests. So if your product or services are more lifestyle or hobby oriented, Facebook is perhaps a better place, and you can target very well there. The Facebook analytics have gotten better all the time, and they're still pretty cost effective. All of these prices now that you see with pay-per-click ads, they may feel expensive to you, but I guarantee you they're going to be 5 or 10 times as high in 5 or 10 years. I can sit right now and remember back, I was an early AdWords customer back in I don't remember when they launched that, probably about 2000 or 2001, and it seemed really expensive to pay like 3 to 5 to 8 cents per click for some of the businesses that we were promoting, right? These days, a 5-cent click, my goodness, I would buy 1 million of those, right? Because those 5-cent clicks now cost 25 cents, 50 cents, sometimes even $5. And if you're interested in this sort of stuff, you can get a real jump by advertising now, because the prices, they're only going up. So I hope that's helpful to you, headlines like that. And if you wanted to talk about copywriting for Facebook ads and the headlines, that would be fine to talk about. We have a advertising section in the forum at clickmillionaires.com where we can talk about copywriting for ads. I've got a lot to say about that, and I know some of our other members do too. I'm sure it could be helpful to you. Okay. Let me just okay, so oh, Dave. Okay, now that's a big one. What would I say to students at graduation? I'd have to think about that, Dave. Maybe we can talk about that in the forum. That's a serious enough question. I'd rather have a minute to prepare that one, my friend. But it would obviously be something inspirational about, going after your dreams, because well, you can be what you want to be, and you don't have to be anybody but who you want to be. In fact, our closing quotation actually might speak to this. So hang on one second, and that closing quotation is thanks to you. So hang on one more minute, and I'll get to that. The last announcement I wanted to preview for you guys, since you're here as part of the video office hours, is there's going to be a sale next week, a 30% off sale, hot summer sale at scottfoxshop.com on the special reports. So several of the ones I mentioned, plus the search engine optimization in plain English. That's my bestseller, which explains how to do search engine optimization for free. The report's not free, but the techniques are free. You can save thousands of dollars, I'm sure of it. That's 30% off, so it'll only be, I think, $39. The affiliate marketing reports I have, some other stuff. There's a bunch of stuff there. So if you go to scottfoxshop.com right now, scottfoxshop.com, the sale is in effect, but it hasn't been announced yet. So if you want to get a jump on that, you guys are welcome, and I'd be happy to have you. And if you have any follow-up questions, of course, happy to help you out in the forum as well. Okay, so I think we're going to wrap up then. Our closing quotation for the day. This is from my sponsored by my friend Dave Pinnell there, and I wrote it down, and now I can't find it. Excellent preparation here. Okay, well, I'll have to do it from memory, I guess. Okay, here's our quotation for today that I hope is helpful to you, and you can guess if you can figure out who said this. I'm going to have to paraphrase a little. Here's a quotation. Money is not the destination. It is only the gasoline for your life's journey. Money is not the destination. It is only the gasoline for your life's journey. I think I got that pretty much right. Anybody know who said that? Money is not the destination. It's only the gasoline for your life's journey. All right? And if anybody knows who said that, well, I bet you might, because well, I'll just pause a second, see if anybody can get it in the chat room. But I think that's an important point, because so much of our society really rewards celebrity or money, and most of all, rich celebrities. And to me, that is just screwed up priorities. There's nothing inherently better about being famous. In fact, I've worked in Hollywood for a long time, and I can tell you most celebrities are pretty bent people. Really, it takes a lot to have that kind of need for attention and to work so hard that you attain it. A lot of those folks, being a celebrity is not an achievement. I mean, it is an achievement, but it's not the goal that I would want, say, for my kids, right? And then money, well, I've made plenty of money here and there, and I know a lot of wealthy people, and they're not any happier than people who have no money. And the real point is that money is gasoline for the journey, and you can certainly have a more comfortable journey. I'm down with that, right? I'd be happy to ride in the first class car instead of in steerage, right? I'm cool with that. But it doesn't mean you're really going any place different than everybody else. So I would really think that if you focus on money as a destination, you're never going to be happy. Your goal is really to get enough money that it can ease the journey, and in my book, literally in my books, you have enough money to help other people too. That's how you're really making it happen. So gasoline is not the destination. It's just the gasoline to help your journey. So, and it doesn't look like anybody has guessed who that is, so I will tell you that wise person that said that is me. That's a quote from Click Millionaires, or something. I don't know if it's in the book, but I said that a while ago. And anyway, it's not like it's such an original thought, but I think there we go. Dave says, I think I read it in your book. You're right, my friend. It summed up something that I've seen a lot of, which is people chasing money as if money were a goal in and of itself. And I think money is just an enabler to support the lifestyle that you want and to help other people as well. And as like Sandy says here, my goal is to share and care for everyone I meet. Absolutely. That's a great goal. That is a more appropriate goal. And it turns out if you have more money, you can actually do that even better and easier, right? And you have greater reach, right? So, and look what Bill Gates is doing with his education and anti-disease and these other foundations that he's made an impact with, right? That money can extend your reach, but it's really just gasoline for the journey, and I hope that that's helpful for you guys to keep in mind. I try to keep in mind all the time myself because it's easy to get caught up. It's fun kind of too, especially if you're like into sports and stuff. You can watch the money rack up, like yeah, a winning score on the scoreboard. But that's not the point. The point is relationships and helping people like we're doing here together. So thanks for being here today. This is Video Office Hours. I appreciate you all showing up. We'll do this again in a few weeks. And, next time it might be time for our 2,000th member party. I see our membership in the forums creeping up on 2,000, so we'll have some fun next time, I think. And I hope that you all have a great time. Hopefully I don't know if we'll do this in August or if everybody's just gone. Maybe I should take a poll in the forum, actually, and see. But either way, I'd love to see you guys in the forum now. And the thing you can do to help me help others is just participate. Participation leads to monetization. That's my new slogan. Participation leads to monetization. So come on in the forum, please, right now. Go over there. Help somebody else. What we need in the forum is more people helping each other, not just posting a question, getting the answers, and leaving. Helping each other is great. And I'm not chiding you guys. If you're here, you're the ones that are helping already. So I appreciate it. And it's help like yours that is helping us do great things like college scholarships for my friend Virginia as well. So thanks for being here. Have a great week. Go Click Millionaires. I'll see you in the forum real soon. Thanks for tuning in.